18 of today's Manah-Siksa, um, which was given by Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. And today we all have gathered to listen the nectarian katha from the lotus mouth of our dearmost Gurudev, His Holiness Bhakti Damodara Swami Maharaj. So I welcome all the devotees and our dearmost Srila Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Srila Gurudev. Please accept my most humble obeisances onto the dust of your lotus feet.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gurudev. So we'll start our session with the song offering by Shweta Deepa Mataji. Then that is followed by the session, the Kathamrita by Gurudev, and then the question answer session would be there. So I'll request Shweta Deepa Mataji to unmute herself for the song offering. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Srila Gurudev. कपटत हैले दूरे प्रविश प्रेमीरा पुरा जीविरा हृदय धन्य करे अतैव बहु यत्ने अनिवारे प्रेमारत्ने कपट्य रखः अति दूरे कपट्य रखः अति दूरे सुन मन निगूढ़ वचना सुन मन निगूढ़ वचना प्रतिष्ठा आशा दृष्टदम चंडलिनी हृदय मम यत काल करीबे नर्तना यत काल करीबे नर्तना कपट्या तद उपपति न छड़ीबे मम मति स्वपचिनी यहे हय दूरे स्वपचिनी यहे हय दूरे तद अर्थ यत्न करी प्रभु पिष्टा पदा धरी शिव तुमी करह प्रचुरा देवा तुमी करह प्रचुरा तेन प्रभु सेनापति विकर्म करियाति स्वपचिनी संगा छड़िया स्वपचिनी संगा छड़िया राधा कृष्ण प्रेमादने दिव्य कबे अकिंचने बोले भक्ति विनोद कांदिया बोले भक्ति विनोद कांदिया Translation by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Once deceit is cast away, a living being's heart becomes blessed, and one enters the city of sacred love. Therefore, take great care to keep pretense far away from you when try to acquire the jewel of love. Listen, O mind, to these secret words. As long as my audacious desire for fame in the form of a fallen, low-class dog-eating woman shall remain within my heart, her paramour deceit will not stop holding sway over my mind. To cast away the dog-eater, hold on to the feet of the beloved devotees of the Lord very carefully and render a lot of service. Bhakti Vinoda weeps, asking, when will the commander-in-chief of the Lord take me away chivalrously from the company of the dog-eater and give me the treasure of the love of Radha and Krishna? Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much, Srila Gurudev.
Thank you so much, Shweta Deepa Mataji, for such a wonderful offering. Now, there is a small information for the Hindi listeners. हिंदी भाषियों के लिए एक ज़रूरी सूचना है कि आप अगर इस कथा को हिंदी में सुनना चाहते हैं तो आपके लैपटॉप्स में राइट हैंड साइड में यानी दाहिने कोने पे तीन डॉट होंगे, तीन बिंदु होंगे, उन पे क्लिक करके आप हिंदी भाषा का चयन कर सकते हैं और आपको हिंदी चैनल पे हिंदी कथा, यही कथा हिंदी में सुनाई देगी। और अगर आप फोन से ज्वाइन किए हैं तो आपको ग्लोब आइकन पर क्लिक करना होगा। तो आपको उसमें हिंदी भाषा का चयन करना होगा और तब आप इस कथा को हिंदी में सुन पाएंगे। तो धन्यवाद सभी का। नाउ वील स्टार्ट with our Kathamritam by His Holiness Gurudev.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna. Saya Bhutale Samate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamane. Navise Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvise Sasunyavadi Pastatya Satya. Amagyanaatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshulunityam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Datatishwadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yuttapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Chat Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakantam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapa Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavanishwari Brisavana Suti Devi Pranamave Hari Priya Vanchakal Patari Vyasta Vipa Sandivaya Vacha Patitanam Pavnavyo Vaishnavyo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktaran Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Shri Raghunath Das Goswami Ki Jai Shri Bhakti Jai Bhakti Spino Thakur Ki Jai Shri Manah-Siksa Ki Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Very happy to see all of you, and we wish you a wonderful Sunday and a lot of appetite to enjoy the feast. So let's continue with our feast. We are on day 17, verse number 7, and this section number 2. Patista sadrishta svapacharamanin me hridina set natit katam sadhu prema prisati ruchi etan anumana sadatvam sivashva prabudahita samantam atulam Jatatam niskashya tvaritam hatam Sayati Sahai. As long as the unchaste dog-eating woman of desire for prestige dances in my heart, how can this chaste and pure lady of love for Krishna touch it? Therefore, O mind, you should always serve the incomparable beloved devotee commander of Krishna's army, who will immediately throw out the unchaste woman and establish the pure lady of love in the heart. Solution is always given to us. Solution is always given. The problem is clearly explained, and the solution is always given. Okay. Prabodhayita Atula Samanta. Powerful, incomparable commanders of Sri Krishna. Powerful, incomparable commanders of Sri Krishna. The meaning of Prabhu Dayita is a pure servant of Krishna. The word Atula indicates that there is no comparison to such a servant who is a Samant, a special commander of the Lord. The rays of the Lord's internal pleasure potency are always reflected in the heart of such a devotee. This potency can very easily flow and accumulate in the heart of another individual, which will cast away any misgivings and help your love to grow there. This flow of spiritual potency can happen through the pure devotee's embrace, the dust from their lotus feet, their leftover food, and their beautiful instructions. Three things. This is mentioned in the fifth canto. So, and we continue to repeat. Srila Bhakti Notakura say, where will we find our fortune in this world? Where will we find our fortune? There is no way we can find our fortune other than the shelter of pure devotee of Krishna. Our fortune is with pure devotees of Krishna. How did Naramundi become Narada today? Association of pure devotees. How did Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj became celebrated personalities like Vyasadeva himself? How did they become celebrated personality, worshipable personalities? Association of pure devotees. So we are being requested here. How are they? Prabhu Dayita Atula Samanta. Powerful, incomparable commanders of Sri Krishna. Who is there to be compared with devotee? So we have been told time without number, scientifically, that what? A pure devotee of Krishna, one pure devotee of Krishna is what? The embodiment of all the 33 million demigods. Means the 33 million demigods reside in the body of a pure devotee. Therefore, there is a description of a pure devotee as being heavy. Yeah, it's heavy. What is making him heavy? It's heavy because the 33 million demigods are residing in his body. It's heavy because Radha and Krishna, including the abode Vrindavan, and everything that exists in Vrindavan reside in the body of a devotee, pure devotee. Krishna himself with all his expansions. So, how will he not be heavy? He's carrying the whole, the whole four sampradayas. He's carrying the whole holy rivers in the world. He's carrying the whole places, Tirtha, Bhakti Tirtha. He's carrying the whole, everything, including the supreme person of God in his body, in his person. How can such a person be light? He might be very, very heavy, the heaviest. He might be the heaviest. The heaviest. So it's very nice. The meaning of Prabhu Dayita is that is how Srila Bhakti is described. That's how it's described. Prabhu Dayita is a pure servant of Krishna. The word Atula indicates that there is no comparison to such a servant who is a Samanta, a special commander of the Lord. Who is there to be compared with Prabhupada? Nobody. He is compared to Krishna himself. The rays of the Lord's internal pleasure potency are always reflected in the heart of such a devotee. That is where the Lord is sitting. That is where Srimati sits. Shine, they shine, they shine. This potency can very easily flow and accumulate in the heart of another individual, which will cast away any misgivings and help pure love to grow there. One devotee offer obeisances to his spiritual master. Whoever hears from his spiritual master, the sins are destroyed, and the loving devotion will become manifest in the heart of the person. That is the importance of hearing Krishna Katha. Two things will manifest. All our misgivings are destroyed, and pure love of God will manifest in the heart. Therefore, we should constantly hear. The prayer here, Bhakti Put told us the solution. And the solution is what? We should hold on very tightly to the lotus feet of a pure devotee and render them a lot and many, many, many services. Loving services, unmotivated services, services which are saturated with affection. That service will be rendered. This flow of spiritual potency can happen through the pure devotee's embrace. They dose from their lotus feet, their leftover food, and their beautiful instructions. That's what happened to Narada Muni. Say once he took the prasad. Only once, not many. He took permission from them and they gave him. And Srila Prabhupada said that you don't even need to take permission. You should take it. You should take it. And I saw in Chaitanya Bhagavat, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to the house of Advaitacharya, and there was a heavy feast prepared by Sachimat, Sachidevi. She prepared the food. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, when he came and looked at the prasadam, he said, there's no need to eat this food. Just looking at the food alone is enough. You become satisfied and materially and spiritually. Just looking at the food alone. But just to honor and respect the Prasadam, they release the Prasadam. And as soon as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left his plate for the leftover, devotees bounce on it. The Brahmana said, the Sudras, low class people, you should not touch it. The Sudras, they said, you Brahmana, you should not touch it because you are Brahmana, they are qualified. These things are meant for low class people, so you should never touch it. But although they were glorifying each other, they equally share the Maha Prasad. And everybody became saturated. Pure love of God. Thus, Lord Shiva says in the Padma Puran, Aradhanam Sarvesam Vishnu Aradhanam Param Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadiyanam Marachan. Of all kinds of worship, worship of Lord Vishnu is the best. Recommended more than worship of Vishnu is worship of the Vaishnava. Aradhanam Sarvesham. Of all worshipable personalities, Vishnu Aradhanam Param. The worship of Lord Vishnu is the supreme. Tasma, therefore, Parataram Devi, but my dear Devi, Tedianam Samarchan, superior to the worship of Lord Vishnu is the worship of Vishnu. Why? Because they are the mercy representative of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. The mercy of Krishna is not with Krishna. The mercy of Krishna, Krishna's mercy is with Krishna's devotees. Therefore, it is said, proper said in Bhagavad Gita, proper said in Bhagavad Gita, that Lord Krishna broke his promise sometime. Therefore, Krishna did not give the promise. He told Arjuna, his devotee, to declare his promise, because the promise of a devotee will never change because of the exalted position. Next. The generals of the devotee army cast out the woman and her lover from the house. Yeah. Yes. We have been told that Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is what? The supreme generals of the devotee army. He carried his danda. His danda is made of iron, Kali. Meaning what? He beat off Kali and chased Kali away. See Kali running. Yes. So that we can have the peace, have the chance, we can have the opportunity, all the facilities to do Bhakti for Krishna. The chaste lady or spiritual love enters a clean heart. Yes. Thereby, the pure love of Godhead will enter. Yes. Pure love of Godhead is a gentle person cannot be comfortable in a dirty place. Therefore, a gentle person to enter any place, that place must be clean. So you have to clean the heart for Krishna to sit comfortably. So love for Godhead to descend there. Right? In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 7, text 19 to 20, it is further stated. Yadisevaya Bhagavata Kutastha Samadvidvisa Ratira Supabedi Ti prapada yogya sanardana Dhira pahya patapasa sevan vaikunta varat masu yatro pagi yati jantevade vachanaradana. By serving the feet of the spiritual master, one is enabled to develop transcendental ecstasy in the service of the personality of Godhead, who is the unchangeable enemy of the Madhu demon, and whose service vanquishes one's material distresses. Persons whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of the pure devotees who are progressing on the path back to the kingdom of Godhead, the Vaikunthas. Pure devotees engage 100% in glorifying the Supreme Lord, who is the Lord of the demigods and the controller of all living entities. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita until Lila 1660 to 61, it is said, Bhakta, Bhakta Padan Duliyar, Bhakta Pada Jala, Bhakta Bhukta Avase Sakti Namaha Mahabala. Eitina Seva Hoite, Krishna Prema Hoy, Puna Puna Sarva Sastre, Ukari Yakaya. The dust of the feet of a devotee, the water that has washed the feet of a devotee, and the remnant of food led by a devotee are three very powerful substances. By rendering service to these three, one attains the supreme goal of ecstatic love for Krishna in all the revealed scriptures. This is loudly declared again and again. A beautiful illustration. Spiritual potency flows from the heart of a devotee into one's heart. Yes, we cannot make it ourselves. One who has it will give it to us. For Nama Bas and for Nama Parad, we don't need a guru. He can come. For Prema, we need a guru, a Premi Bhakta, who will give it to us. The embrace of a devotee is purifying. Very, very purifying. Very, very purifying. The food dust of the devotee is purifying. Yes, three things are purifying. Food remnant is purifying. Water that washes the feet is purified. And the dust purifies. The child Narada eats the food remnant of devotees and becomes purified. Only once he ate. And Ramanujacharya did the same thing. Not even to human being, he did to fish. The potency of Mahaprasada. Ramanujacharya demonstrated that. He threw his name inside the water. A fish got it, ate it, immediately developed 4 hands and ascended to Vaikuntha. All his disciples were amazed. And when the Ramanujacharya stood up and said it and continued with the journey, the servant did not follow him. Some of them were removing their kurta. They want to jump into the water, into the pond. But jumping under is not the issue because the prasadam has already been taken by the fish, and the fish is not still living into the water. Then, after the fish ate the Mahaprasadam, developed by contact body, it went back to Godhead. So even if they had jumped inside the water, they're not going to get anything because the Mahaprasad, the main thing is not more inside the water, it is outside the water. Hmm? Anything? You're not hearing me properly.
I think Shila Gurudev, we are clearly hearing you in English. Maybe this is for the Portuguese channel. Yogini Mataji
Yeah,
should, she would have addressed
yeah.
it. Guru.
Yogini Devi, any difficulty hearing me? No difficulties. Okay. All right. So Ramanujacharya, he demonstrated this by throwing his remnant inside the water, and the fish got it, developed four hands, went back to Vaikuntha. But his disciple wanted to jump inside. This is the problem. They want to jump inside. You jump inside the water, you're not going to get the same thing because the main thing inside the water have been taken and the purpose have been fulfilled. The fish has gone back to Godhead. So Ramanujacharya was questioned by his disciples. We have been taking a precedent for years. And this miracle that just happened now never happened to us. Only once the fish took. And the fish is not a sannyasi. It's not chanting, singing around every day, not keeping for the great principles. Why the Mahaprasadam acted powerfully on the fish, who is in a mode of ignorance. And the powerful sannyasis who have been chanting and following principles and doing so many services, they're doing services to the Guru. Why this miracle has not happened? They questioned their Guru, and Srila Ramanujacharya responded that these entities, they have only one way in their life. They are straight. But we human beings, some of us are very crooked. Kapata, kapata, kapat, kapat. Hypocrisy, deceit is very deep rooted in our consciousness. And we apply that even to Krishna, to his devotees. Therefore, how can the miracle take place in our heart? He's doing service. The devotees have been doing service. Srila Bhakti not should do a lot of services. They have been doing a lot of services. They have been taking Mahaprasad many times. But they only took once. He is not crooked. The fish took once. He is not crooked. They all manifested the effect of Mahaprasad. So the Manojacharya said, I just want to teach you the potency of Mahaprasad. That's what I did. And all of you have seen it. So what is the problem? Duplicity. We have mentioned many times. Srila Kartik and Pura Swami said, a deceitful person can never be liberated. That's the problem. That we have been taking Mahaprasad for years, and this miracle is not happening, means duplicity in the heart. So Srila Bhakti Natakura have been warning us to remove the duplicity. Kapatya, hypocrisy, deceit, desire for position, desire for fame, desire for worship. It should be removed. By rendering service we have mentioned, sincere service that has no ulterior motive. These services should be rendered to Krishna through his devotees. then this miracle will take place in your life. Next. So Rupa Goswami describes how Bhakti manifests by association with pure devotees in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. We have been repeating. Ever since I saw that person whose heart was filled with spiritual ecstasy, exhibited through flowing tears, erect bodily hair, stumbling and shivering, I do not know what has happened. My mind simply refuses to take interest anymore in household affairs. Yes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita also exhibited the same thing. He was traveling and he met a devotee who constantly chanted Ram, 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 Ram. He's a Ram Bhakta. He was chanting Ram, Ram, worshipping Ram. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu associated with him, and immediately he became elevated, that he started chanting Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired from him, my dear brother, you have been chanting Ram, Ram, Ram. What has happened to you that you're now chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna? What has happened to you? Please tell me what has happened. The Brahmana said, my dear Lord, since I heard this name Krishna from your mouth, I do not know what has happened to me. I do not know. Ram disappeared. What is left with me now is Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. It is not my fault. It is not my fault. It is association with you. It is the result of association with you. When the heart is fertile, fertility means what? It is free from duplicity. This miracle will take place. The devotees of Krishna, they are carrying Krishna, and they carry Krishna to distribute Krishna to the fertile hearts. That is their duty. Yes. I do not know what is happening to me, and it is not my fault. Since I have heard from you, since I saw you and have heard the name from your mouth, I cannot do but to chant Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. It is not my fault. It is your causeless mercy. It is association with you. This is the importance of association. Miracle will take place. So how do we get this? Rupa Goswami said what? Ever since I saw that person whose heart was filled with spiritual ecstasy exhibited through flowing tears, erect bodily hair, stumbling and shivering, I do not know what has happened. My mind simply refuses to take interest anymore in household affairs. Association with pure devotees. Association with pure devotees. Rendering service to pure devotees. Taking their full remnant, the dust from their feet, and the chanamrit, the water that washes their lotus feet. This miracle will take place. This is the solution. I hope we are hearing, we are repeating. We are repeating so that we can remember these things. Next. Starting meditation. A young man came to him trying to somehow accept Gora Kishore Babaji. But then he became bored and left for Puri. After some time, he came back, this time in the robes of a sannyasi. He was accompanied by some Mahanta, the prior of some temple. The Mahanta introduced himself, saying, Babaji, this disciple of yours has now become an elevated devotee. Please accept it. In Puri, he served Haridas Thakura and chanted 3 lakhs of the holy names. Golkisoda Babaji Maharaj looked at him closely and said, I do not recall having such a disciple. Then he looked again and said, actually, I don't consider anyone to be my disciple in this world because I myself have failed to become a disciple. So, since I have failed to become a disciple myself, how can I teach someone else? Because the only thing we can teach someone is how to become a disciple. How can I consider myself to be another teacher or a preacher or a lecturer or anything like that unless I have learned to be a humble disciple? He finally said, go away. I do not want to see you. This is Ragor Kushadabaji Maharaj's life. Very, very strong. He is averse to cheating, duplicity. He is allergic to that. He's allergic to duplicity. He does not tolerate duplicity. He's allergic to duplicity. So, someone came to him and introducing his disciple. What is he saying? Duplicity is not a process of spiritual life. So he said, I don't consider anyone to be my disciple in this world because I am not a disciple. How can I accept a disciple? This is cheating, duplicity. A good servant today is a good master tomorrow. So if one is not a good servant today, one cannot be a good master tomorrow. This is the meditation. I have not become a good disciple. You have not become a good devotee. You're not a good devotee. And then you are now a sannyasi. It is duplicity. It's a His Holiness cut sannyasi. Duplicity. What are making him elevated soul? Just by taking sannyasi, won't become an elevated devotee? That is a joke. That's a big joke. Swami cut. His Holiness cut Swami Maharaj. A duplicity. Babaji Maharaj doesn't want this. One day also, he was in deep japa meditation. And when he asked his servant, who has come? Who has come? And then he was pretending to be blind also. He was not seeing anything. You see who has come? The servant said, no, before the servant could speak, the person who came has a lot of followers. They did introduction. They 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 they, they carry him. They carry him. He does not have strength to walk. He doesn't have strength to walk. He doesn't have strength to stand. He's always lying down out of ecstasy because he was so ecstatic that he cannot stand, he cannot sit. He only lying down and he being carried because of ecstasy. He's so ecstatic. He's so much in pure love of God that he cannot walk, he cannot stand, he can't even sit. So they brought him to Babaji Maharaj. And Babaji Maharaj asked, he said, "Who has come?" So this whimsical Swami servant, they introduced, "Oh, Babaji, you will be very, very, very happy to know who has come. You'll be very happy. Hmm? The person who has come to see you is so much in ecstasy that he just want nothing else in this world but your association. And because he has no strength to walk to your place, we have to carry him to come and see you. He just want to have your association." Babaji Maharaj became furious and he said, "Get out from this place. I don't want to see you. Get out from here." A cheater. He drove him away. When he shouted, he yelled at them. The cheater. They ran away. Some people who were there before this pretentious so-called Swami came, they were disturbed that the Gokishore Davaji Maharaj is offending a pure devotee. Some of them left. But some sincere, when they came back the next day, the sincere one came back the next day and they inquired from Babaji Maharaj. See, like Gokishore Babaji Maharaj, we have something that is disturbing our minds and we want to clear our doubts. Maharaj said, "Yes, please ask me." The Babaji Maharaj said, "Yes, please ask me." So they said, "Yesterday, a pure devotee had come to see you, and we happened to be here taking the association of the pure devotee. This pure devotee was so holy. He is so advanced, so much in ecstasy that he had no strength in his body to walk. But you drove him away yesterday in a very bad way. So we were disturbed. And so we want to inquire from you. Please, can you tell us what is the reason for your behavior?" Srila Golkishore Babaji Maharaj, he laughed and he told the devotees, "All of you are what they say, you are all inexperienced devotees. You don't know anything. A person who is so advanced, a person who's so advanced like this in Christian consciousness will never advertise his position like this. Just like a chaste lady cannot show her body in the public. Only a prostitute can do that because a prostitute has no shame. So for this man to advertise himself like this means he is a prostitute, not a Swami. Therefore, I sent him away. One who is so advanced in Christian consciousness cannot advertise himself like this. Therefore, he's a cheater. A pure devotee does not have to advertise himself. A pure devotee should advertise himself through his purity that will be able to affect the heart of the audience devotionally, Christian consciously. He will be able to plant Krishna in the heart of his audience. He should touch the heart. That is a pure devotee. A pure devotee must touch the heart of those who hears him, not by advertisement. So Gokisadavaj Maharaj does not accommodate duplicity. He has the responsibility to expose duplicity to protect innocent devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shila Gurudev. Thank you so much for the beautiful nectarian class, and it was really relishing to see how a pure devotee can can lift up a conditioned soul with the dust of his lotus feet, with remnants, and with his Kathamrit. So, Gurudev, now we'll take some questions. Kindly allow us and bless us so that we can ask some questions which will help us and benefit us.
All right, we're waiting for your questions.
Thank you, Gurudev. I request all the devotees who are eager to ask the question can raise up their hands virtually, or they can write us in the chat box. We'll ask one by one.
Rakshabat Devi has 2 questions.
Shila Gurudev, we have one question from yesterday also. Shimram Radhika Mataji, can you ask that from Pratibha Mataji?
Yes,
Okay.
Mataji. Yes, Gurudev. Yesterday also we had one question from Pratibha Mataji. And the question is telling lies for the service of Hari Guru Vaishnavas is considered deceit?
If I tell my parents who are not interested in Krishna consciousness that I'm going to market, and then instead I took that chance to go to the temple and do some service for Krishna, as you say, with devotees and hear Krishna Katha from them. That is not duplicity. That is the use of intelligence in serving Krishna. If I tell my parents I'm going to school, but one has gone to a brothel to go and meet a boyfriend, a girlfriend, that is duplicity, that is cheating. It is punishable. If one tells in office, I need a 2-day sick leave because I have to see a doctor, and one has gone to Yatra in Mayapur, what is Solen Radhana Maharaj, that is not duplicity. Kartik Yatra is there in Mayapur. One has gone to participate, but if I ask for leave, they're not going to give me for 2 weeks. So I ask for sick leave. I will tell my parents I'm going to school and I'm Yatra with His Lord Swami, it's Ganga Safari. And associate with devotees and render services, as Bhakti Notakora said. That is not duplicity. That is using of intelligence in serving Krishna. So Krishna requests in Bhagavad that one should invest his intelligence in serving him. That is the proper way to do that in practice. All right.
Yes, yes, Gurudev. Thank you, Gurudev. Now we have Arjun Prabhuji. Kindly unmute yourself, Prabhuji, and go ahead with your question.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Please accept my respectful, humble, and loving obeisances unto you.
Thank you.
As it like the devotee who was chanting the name of Ram, and when he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he started chanting the name of Krishna. So Maharaj, as both Ram and Krishna are the holy names, and both appears in Hare Krishna Mahamantra as well. So does that make a difference in any way, that if a devotee is chanting Ram Nam and the another devotee is chanting Krishna Nam, does that uh, 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 is a chanting of different personality of Godhead?
Yes, there is difference. There is difference. In philosophy, there's no difference. But in tattva, in melo, there is difference. If one is chanting Ram in Hare Krishna mantra, if you are chanting Ram and your mind is Ramchandra Bhagwan, you go to Ayodhya. You won't go to Goloka Vrindavan. If you are chanting Ram in Hare Krishna mantra and the Ram is Radha Raman, you go to Goloka Vrindavan. So there's a difference. Ayodhya is not in Goloka. Ayodhya is in Vaikuntha. So there's a difference there in Melo. In Ram Chanda, he's complete Godhead. He's complete Godhead. And there is also some rasas there. Rasas are there. Friendship rasa is there. The friendship in Ram Chandra Bhagwan is with reverence. The friendship in Krishna, there's no reverence. So there's difference. Sugriva is a friend of Lord Ramachandra, but he will never, they will, Sugriva will not climb on Ramchandra's shoulder. In Krishna, there is no reverence. So Sudama, Subha, they can climb on Krishna's shoulder and chastise Krishna. What kind of big man are you? We are equal. When Krishna was preparing to teach the Brahma a lesson, so Lord Krishna took all the cowherds boy to the bank of Jamuna. This place is very, very, very sanctified. And there are no trees here. No trees here means that there are no birds here who will pass through on our prasadam. So this place is so conducive for taking prasadam, and you can see that there's no better place than this. And here, fresh green grass for our cows, our calves. Let's just take our prasadam here. The cowhead boy said, yes. You also should take prasadam with us because you are also hungry like us. As we are hungry, you're also hungry. Let's take prasadam together. But Sugriva will not tell Ramachandra like that because there's reverence. But the Gopas can tell Krishna like that because there's no reverence. That's the difference. Next.
Thank you,
Yes,
Maharaj.
Guru-
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Gurudev, now we have the question of Raksha Mataji. Mataji has two questions. It goes, Hare Krishna, dear Shila Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. Gurudev, I have two questions. First is that, is it true that at the last, Srimati Radharani helped Yashoda Maya to bind the Lord Krishna? Uh, and the second one is, why only for 7 days Lord picked up Giriraj Govardhan?
What was the first question?
Gurudev, the first question is that true that at the last Srimati Radharani helped Yashoda Maya to bind Lord Krishna?
No, it was done separately. Radhani bind Krishna separately, not the same time. Arrangement was made that nobody was there. Only those who would participate that were there at that time. Those who will interfere, they were all engaged somewhere so that the person can fully manifest. So Srimati buying Krishna separately, not there. And then the second question, why 7 days? That is when Indra got tired. He got tired that because he thought by now I have completed destroying the Brajabasis. Let me see what has happened. And when he checked and he saw that nothing has happened, so immediately he stopped it. He stopped the rain because he's afraid. I've been fighting for 7 days and nothing has happened. So I cannot continue. Otherwise, it is foolishness. So he stopped.
Yes, Gurudev. Thank you, Gurudev. Now we have Jayanand Prabhuji. Prabhuji, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Please accept my humble obeisances for the dust of your lotus feet, Guru Maharaj.
Thank you.
Guru Maharaj, we learned that just by the presence of Srimati Radharani, Krishna becomes very restless. And because of that, the earrings, they swing to and fro. But from the song of Damodara Sakam, we learned that because of his quick breathing, the earrings were swinging. So how to reconcile these two apparent contradictions?
There's no contradiction here. There's no condition. We have mentioned many times that Lord Krishna is restless. You can read Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. Yes. Yes, you can read Radha Sudha Rasas Sudha Nidhi. You can read that Sudha Nidhi. This is Raghunath Das Goswami. The restlessness of Krishna due to his pure love of Srimati Radharani. And Sri Guru Govinda Maharaj lectures. And then for that is Sister Sakam, sorry, Damodara Sakam 1. Damodara Sakam 1. Krishna is Krishna's successive earring is swinging to and fro. Is due to agitation. But he is crying, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. If you are crying, also the same thing, you are disturbed, and if you are turning your head, the earring will swing. It will swing. It will not. It will dancing. It will dance. The earring will dance. So that's a different thing. One is due to crying, restlessness. So crying, and the other one is due to restlessness, that love for Krishna. That both of them are true, but they are different times. So it's not a contradiction. If you wash your hand, if you wash your hand before you want to take prasadam, and if you wash your hand because you pass water, so different situation, but the same thing you did, but different situation that warranted you to wash your hands. See, it's not a contradiction. It's not a contradiction.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
All right. Radha Rasa Sudha Nidhi. Yes. Oh. Okay, sorry. Prabodhananda Saraswati. Yeah. Prabodhananda Saraswati. Thank you. I always go to Raghunath Das Goswami because we are talking about Raghunath Das Goswami. All right. Next question.
Yes, Gurudev. Now we have the question of Darshini Mataji. Mataji says, Hare Krishna Shila Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. In one class, Your Holiness had mentioned that a neophyte devotee's loving exchange with spiritual master can be impediment in bhakti. Can you explain? Can you please explain how?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for asking. Sannyasi should be austere. Sannyasi should be austere. Yesterday I was reading Bhakti Thakura's biography. So he recommended this. And then when you look carefully, the disciples are cooking. What did the disciples cook? Are they cooking a simple rice, dal, and chapati? That what disciples cook for the guru, for the sannyasi? They will cook heavy varieties of prasadam. And then when the Swami who's supposed to be austere to eat everything. Is that the opposite or it is facilitating? It's opposite. Krishna is telling the guru to eat small, little. But the disciples are complaining how the guru is not eating their food. So to eat, that is a duty one is taking sannyas for, just to eat. When the Jagadananda Pandit got a very expensive, costly oil in the golden jar and brought it to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Jagannath Puri. She used this to massage the Lord's body. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is not for a sannyasi. What is this? What is this? Jagannath Puri and he broke it and didn't eat for 7 days. He eat for days. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was afraid. I just was afraid. And then one day to pacify his devotees, so he came. Say, can you cook something for me to eat? So he cooked. And Chitama said, he decided to tease him just to make him feel happy. So he says, in anger, you cook such a delicious food like this. How will it be when you with love? If cooking with anger is so delicious like this, he was teasing his devotee. So what is he teaching? It's simple, but the disciples are pushing. Eat more, eat. So eat. It's not an impediment. We should check, we should ask what he will like to eat, how he would like to eat. And what he said, we should follow that. We're not campaigning. No, we should eat, should eat, should eat. Eat. This is it's an impediment. So see, the Supreme Lord himself, he felt the love of his devotee. But feeling bad. He has to go and pacify. He has to go and pacify him. Can you cook something for me? After cooking, hey, this is so delicious, and anger is so delicious. What of when you cook your sweetheart? How would it be? The devotee feels happy when the Lord spoke to him like that. Felt happy. So it's an impediment. Some of the law of which we are exhibiting to the situation, I say it's an impediment. It brought a nice bed. Nice bed. I want to have a small man to sleep. No. You should take bed. So we must have a nice bed. Get a nice bed. Is he complain to you? Is he sick? Is he sick? Living simple? Is he sick? Is he complain? Yeah, these are the things you should check. It is lovely dealing, but the love is an impediment. Things like that. Yes.
Thank you so much, Gurudev. Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Shila Gurudev, now we have the question from Aditi Mataji. Mataji says, Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances. My question is regarding Giriraj Govardhan. As we have heard, Govardhan had got the curse that it would crumble bit by bit until it is completely gone. Will Giriraj Govardhan be restored to its original form in the next Satyuga?
Yes. Yesterday we were talking about Govardhan. We're talking about Govardhan when you pass. No. Go there. Next one. No, you don't. Yes. So we were talking about Gordon yesterday. I wanted to tell of you to hear it, but you didn't hear. I didn't say it. Now let me show you something. Show you something. Gordon. So yesterday we were looking at in a lecture, not in this lecture, the temple lecture. So we were looking at the Gordon. And what is the identity of Gordon? Govardhan is what? Is a mountain of love. It's a mountain of love. Mountain. That manifest love became 800,000 miles wide and 8 billion miles long and was like another Ananta Shesh. That mountain of love became 4 billion miles tall. 4 billion. Govardhan is 4 billion miles tall. And that is from Garga Samhita. It says that Giriraj is 4 billion miles tall eternally. Govardhan is 4 billion miles eternally. So you may see that the Giriraj is reducing. Usually when we go on Govardhan Parikrama, I used to tell devotees to be careful because when the size is, physically the size is very small, physically, but eternally Govardhan does not shrink. Govardhan stands 4 billion miles eternally. And when he lies, also he can increase beyond 4 billion miles. At his will, he will increase. Yes. Govardhan increase sometimes when he lies. So when we see Giriraj shrinking, that is a material pastime. Just like now, what we see as Vrindavan is not the Vrindavan that was when Krishna was physically present. But Vrindavan is now invisible, aprakat, not manifest. The same thing with Giriraj. Giriraj is aprakat. So he is shrinking. That is our own eyes. Eternally, Govardhan is 4 billion miles tall, and if he lies, he will also increase. And we give example also of a Hanuman so that we can understand that it is not an exaggeration. We should have something to compare so that, okay, we can have something to, not to support. So yesterday we mentioned of Hanuman when he went to see Sita Devi in Ashoka garden. Ashoka garden. Sita Devi asked him about his height, his size. What is your size, Hanumanji? You remember also, when he entered Lanka, he was a tiny monkey. But when he started fighting and killing Ravana's sons, he was a mighty monkey. And during the fight, when he was going to go and bring them the mountain, he became a very tiny. He was shrinking, and entered into the mouth of the demon who wanted to swallow him. He shrank and shrank and shrank and shrank and shrank to the side that he can enter the mouth and get out from that side and kill the demon. He expanded and killed the demon and went away. So all these put together, Hanuman. She also remember when Hanuman went to the Pataloka to go and bring Raman, Lakshman. How can a tiny monkey carry a human being? Ramachandra, they are very tall in Treta Yuga. They're very tall, very, very tall. And a tiny monkey that can kill with a with the feet. He can kick a foot. You can kill a monkey. How can such a monkey carry such a huge mountain? He also came to carry Girira, which is a mountain. That time you know this size. That time it was huge. And the man carried with one hand, not two hands. So Sita Devi asked, Hanuman, please, I want to just tell me the truth. What is your size? Can you tell me your size? So Hanuman said, my dear mother, eternally, I'm very, very, very tiny. Eternally, I'm very tiny. But when engaged in my Lord's service, I can have any size. Unlimited size. Unlimited. So it's not a surprise that Giriraj is 4 billion miles tall, and it can also increase beyond 4 billion miles when he lies. For our vision in Kali, because there is end to every material thing, there's an end. The spiritual things, there's no end, but all material things have an end. So even when Krishna came to the material world, it's calculated to have stayed for 125 years. That's the calculation. Anything which is calculated is not absolute. Absolute don't have calculation. So Giriraj have no calculation. But our material calculation, our material existence, our material vision, understanding is seen to be shrinking. Because, but eternally, his size is there, standing eternally supreme. All right?
Yes, Shila Gurudev. Shila Gurudev, now we have two questions from Dipali Mataji. Hare Krishna, my dear Shila Gurudev. Please accept my most humble obeisances onto your lotus feet. Gurudev, I have two questions. Gurudev, sometimes when the devotees who are senior than us visit to our temple, so we take their remnants also, or we should take only remnants of completely pure devotees or sannyasis?
We are taking remnant not for fashion. We are taking remnant not for fashion. We are taking remnant because of the potency it has. It's not fashion. It is for the potency. So if you are taking the remnant from a person who is sick, do you think that will give us a special purification? Will be sick. Hmm? If you take remnant of pretty my with the cold, so the next day you be you see, I can see you to clean your nose. Right? So we are not taking for sure. We are taking because of this spiritual potency that it carries. So we should look for a pure devotee and take it on. We should look for a pure devotee. Because you need that purification. If you take from ordinary person, we will not make advancement. So one is a kapatia, and is parading as a pure devotee. Kapatia. He has come as a big devotee externally, but internally he's not chanting Siseram. And I think that the person is 50 years in the movement, but he's not chanting Siseram. He has big position. He's famous. He's he has big, and he's seen like that. You go and take the remnant, you diminish your spiritual credit. So we should watch carefully before we take. All right. Oh, the next one.
Yes, Gurudev. The next question is, Gurudev, as it was mentioned in the slides that by serving the lotus feet of pure devotee, we can attain pure love of Godhead. So, Gurudev,
Mm.
my question is that in what ways should a soul in female body serve the lotus feet of pure devotee or spiritual master?
Many ways. In many ways. Can cook, can clean, can wash, he can pray. Yes, that can be done. Take instruction to the heart. Whatever instruction is given, especially transition, they should do that, whether dead or alive. Will make advancement. You may not go and massage him. That is not the only way to get the dust from the feet. That's not the only way. There are many ways. And if you like, you can do everything in your mind. You can massage him in your mind. Nobody can stop you from that. There is no scriptural restriction. No scriptural restrictions. That is you have it. So in the mind, one is massaging with so the Bhakti Saraswati Thakur said we are the japa we have to the japa we are using is the feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we are chanting and seeing that yes, I think my special master's feet. Massaging Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the acharyas and massaging. Yes. That you
Yes,
can do, sir. Change the 16 round without fail. Keep the principle. Do service. Many services. The varieties of services you can do. We want all our devotees, our friends to study our scripture, do Bhakti search. So that's instruction. You do that, you get blessings. Follow, do Bhakti search, study nicely scriptures. Papa wanted that. We should do. A person who carried the spiritual master's order on his or her head will get all the blessings. Carrying the order on the head means executing it. What it means. All right.
Yes, Gurudev. And
Hare
Gurudev,
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead.
Gurudev. Now we have questions from Anurag Prabhuji and Pritimai Mataji and Shubham Prabhuji. It's 9:15 already, Gurudev. Should we continue or we keep it for tomorrow?
You can take one if you want. Just one.
Okay, Gurudev. Mm, okay, so okay. Okay, so we have question from Shubham Prabhuji.
She wants us to come earlier. Okay. No, she said she would send the car. Please go ahead. We also have a program here.
Yes, Gurudev. So Gurudev, Prabhuji says, Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. While doing any seva Maharaj, we get distracted by other devotees, words and action. So how should we not get distracted by them and continue in our service, as while also doing seva, sometimes envy, jealousy, comparison come between devotees. So uh, please kindly explain this, Maharaj.
We cannot stop people from envying us. We cannot stop that. We don't have power to stop anyone from envying us. But we can stop ourselves from accepting the envy and the unnecessary thoughts of other devotees. If we know the goal of what we're doing, if you know the goal, I am doing this service for my purification, it's an opportunity for me to do this service, and we try sincerely to do it. We can also get the feedback from other devotees. That is fine. How we can improve the services we are doing, that is fine. But we shouldn't think that there is something we are going to do and nobody will complain. Everybody will 100% glorify us. That doesn't exist in the material world. People criticize Lochitama, or criticize Lonitana, or criticize Adwaita Chara, criticize Riba, they criticize La Prabhupada, Baptist Society. Everyone they criticize, Jesus, or they criticize. We should get feedback from devotees to improve our services, but we should not become distracted by the nonsensical talks of other people. That's we cannot stop. We cannot stop people from envying us. We cannot stop people from talking nonsense. Especially there are some people who are meant for that. Their business is to always see what is wrong. And you check very carefully that people who are always looking for fault, they are people who never do anything good. So they want to cover their own nonsense by talking about others, so that people will not look at them, they will look at others. So this should be understood. If we don't know what we're doing, then we can be affected by the nonsensical talks of common people. If someone has a positive suggestion want to give to improve, it's just to bring it, but not to condemn any person. Right? Thank you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, as you mentioned now about this, but Maharaj, sometimes when the people, for example, when we are in the DP rooms serving a Lord, so there are some peoples like all these things happen, but due to Maharaj conditioning, we try to follow, but it's not happening. Always in the back of our mind, the devotee said this to me. So we sometimes get hurt or like this. So how should we overcome this?
You should just pray to Krishna to help so we can be free. Just pray to Krishna, please. Krishna, help remove this contamination. These are challenges for me to test my maturity in handling unnecessary things. Please help me to pass through all this and get purified. We should pray like that. We should pray like that sincerely. Krishna will help us to remove them. And we're repeating, we should always remember that people are going to say nonsensical things to us. So we should be ready to accept it. We should know that it's something I have to pass through. As far as materially concerned, there's nothing I'm going to do which is 100% perfect. You do this and the other side is there. People will talk about it. It's to hear them and adjust ourselves, but not to abandon what we're supposed to do. One day we were doing Navadi Parikrama. So one devotee he doesn't have to play characters, and he was following behind me where I was. where I was, he was just beside me, and he was doing it wrongly. So I told him stop. So he stopped. After, and I didn't see him for a few days. The third day, I saw him again. I said, "Oh, what? I didn't see you for a few days." He said, "Yeah, when he told me to stop, I was not playing properly and I was not attentive." Also, I said, "Yes, that's what I told you to stop you because both things you don't know how to play nicely, and your mind also was diverted. We think of something else and doing another thing, so it will not produce a good result." So the devotee was fortunate. So when you told me like this, I went back, I started practicing. Now I can play. That's why I came back. So I say, yeah, fortunate. Thank you. Someone else can stop. Oh, okay, don't want me to play. Okay. Oh, okay. Abandon everything. So if you do like that, you don't make advancement. So this person, the same word I can say to two people, a fortunate person will make it positive. He went and practiced playing nicely, and as he came back to play nicely, he was denied. So I told him, thank you. And that person said, okay, he says, I do not play. Okay, I'll not play again for life. You will not learn, and you're not going to do anything wonderful for life. So we should take the positive side of everything to make progress in Christian consciousness. All right. Thank you all. Hare Krishna. See you all tomorrow. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srila Bhakti Mata ki jai, Srila Gunata Swami ki jai,
Jai.
Sri Goswami ki jai,
Jai.
Sri Kadrat ki jai,
Jai.
Gora Bhaktivinoda ki jai.
Jai.
Hari Hari
Shila
Bol.
Gurudev ki Jai. Thank you so much, Shila Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Shri.
Thank you to all the devotees who have gathered in today's Nectarian lecture. And we'll all see you tomorrow in the session 19 of Manah-Siksa. We'll be looking forward to you. And thank you so much all for joining. And definitely the lectures of Gurudev will help us to complete our vows of Kartik. Thank you so much. And today's service, Zoom services was done by the tech team. Shravana Mataji was there. The song was by Shweta Deepa Mataji. The muting unmuting service was by Shravana Mataji. Recording was by Anurag Prabhuji. The live streaming and host control was by Pritimai Mataji. Screen sharing was by Arjun Dubey Prabhuji. Admitting participant was by Priti Lakshana Mataji. And Portuguese interpretation was by Yogini Mataji. Thank you all. And Hindi interpretation was by Kamalakshi Mataji. Thank you all for joining. हरे कृष्णा। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। शिला गुरुदेव की जय।
Hare Krishna.